Guess where Bill O'Brien is going? He's been hired as the offensive coordinator at The Ohio State University, formerly my favorite collegiate program. Ending his stint with the Patriots after one season, O'Brien led the Pats offense, led that offense to a dead last finish in the league in scoring. Gerard Mayo will now have to find a new offensive coordinator. And I'm really excited that Ohio State is going to break its losing streak against Michigan because Bill O'Brien is going to be leading the offense now. But anyway, in all seriousness, O'Brien out from the Patriots, going to college. Felger, what are your top-of-mind thoughts on this?
Well, just the irony is so rich. You've spent the last 4 months just bashing this guy, killing him, and rightfully so. I mean, worst in the league, worse than Patricia. How do you bring this guy back? And then he goes to your Ohio State Buckeyes.
The universe hates the universe hates my ass, okay? The universe hates me.
It's kind of enjoyable, okay, on that level. But as it relates to the Patriots, does it mean what I hope, which is the Charlie Weiss, Josh McDaniel, Bill O'Brien offense is dead? That's what I hope, okay? O'Brien out, there's been some scuttlebutt that McDaniels might be in, and that means that offense is back. And again, we'll see what the Crafts and Mayo bring in here. But I think what the team desperately needs is a more modern. They just need to turn the page on that offense. It served them exceptionally well for 20 years, going back even, before that. Okay. But it's time. It's time to get one of these fancy McVay, Shanahan, Reed kind of offenses. Those are easier on quarterbacks. You're going to have a young quarterback in here in one way, shape, or form. Make it easy on that guy. Get one of those kind of coordinators, attach him to the hip with the quarterback. We've been talking about this a lot. And this clears the path for it. So I do think it's good news for the Patriots.
Yeah, it really is good news. And you know what? I think part of it, and I'm not saying, let me just be clear, I'm not saying Bill O'Brien was dysfunctional, that there's something wrong with the guy. By all accounts, a prince of a guy and really well-liked by a lot of people. But I think his removal takes away some of the dysfunction that took place in Foxborough last year because he's attached to a regime that no longer exists. And so I think part of the tension last year in Foxborough is that guys who were used to having some assurances couldn't get assurances anymore. So Bill O'Brien was brought in by, if you say Robert Kraft, you say Bill Belichick, let's say Bill Belichick. And now they're at some point they're 2-10. They're 2-11, 3-11, and you're thinking about what's going to happen next year. You can't go to Belichick because he's going to be out. You go to his replacement, the heir apparent, Gerard Mayo. He's not telling you what you want to hear. I think O'Brien read the room and said, hey, for me to reestablish my market value, so to speak, I'm going to have to go to college. And I kind of think, Mike, he's going to be a college guy now. I think he spends a year at Ohio State and then probably stays in the college game, maybe as a head coach.
Okay, for him, I think this is a professional disappointment. He came back here, I think, believing this would be a stepping stone back to NFL jobs, and now he's got to go back. So for him, again, there's sidebar stories. You and Ohio State, Bill O'Brien and his career, sidebar. I'm concerned about the Patriots, okay? And I think the point you made there about cleaning out the infighting, and let's face it, it was a big part of the story last year. There was definitely an offense-defense thing going on last year. And the reports that came out about Mayo towards the end of the year, rubbing people the wrong way, et cetera, that could have been existing coaches who were threatened or other, like the Belichick people. It could have been like O'Brien or his people who had designs on the job themselves. So all that had to get cleaned up. You got to wipe that out. And, while the next offense, it's not going to be Mayo's offense. It's got to be with his blessing, on the same page with him, starting fresh with Mayo. Correct. That has to happen. And so this is the first step for that happening.